Good morning. It's Wednesday, April 3rd, I'm sorry. And I want to talk to you a little bit about why I quit UberX and Lyft. Um, I would say about a year ago, maybe a little less, I'm not sure exactly, I got deactivated on DoorDash. So I was only using Uber Eats and Grubhub for a little while, but decided that I would give UberX and Lyft a try. It was something I was never interested in before, but with losing DoorDash and still being on the waiting list for Instacart, I had to give something else a try because Uber Eats and Grubhub were just not cutting it by themselves. So I did. I signed up for both. Well, I was already signed up for UberX. Once you sign up for Uber Eats, you are automatically on UberX. So I signed up for Lyft and I got on. And I started doing them. I went slow at first, and to me, the money was never good. I thought that letting people physically get in your vehicle and sit behind you where you can't even necessarily see them would actually pay more because it's taking a bit more of a gamble than just dropping off a hamburger on somebody's front porch. But no, that was not the case. I was super disappointed in the pays. We're talking about $7.50 to take someone 10 miles. I mean, these were every bit as bad as some of the food orders were. It just didn't make a whole lot of sense to me why the pay would be so much lower. And UberX was a million times better than Lyft in my area. In the probably 3 months or so that I did these, I did, I don't know, about 500 Uber pickups and about 30 Lyft, because Lyft was, the pay was god awful with Lyft. It was really bad. And they wanted you to drive 100 miles. I got a couple of them from both. This could be from either one, where like wanted me to take someone to the Orlando airport, which is about 2.5 hours away, for $70. And these were true offers that I was getting. $70, $75 to take someone to the Orlando airport. I live near the Jacksonville airport. I don't live anywhere near the Orlando airport. So I never took any of those. There's no way in the world I'm doing that. Driving, I think it was right around 400 miles round trip or something close to that. It was a long, ridiculous drive for that kind of pay. And another reason was, now, I understand that this law is needed. I get it. But people take extreme advantage of the service animal law. And you're not allowed to question it. So I don't even understand why it's even a thing. They should just tell you, no matter what, you have to let them on your car. They don't have to say anything, blah, 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 blah. So people were coming on with their animals who were obviously not service pets. They would lick the back of my neck and jump up into the front, not all the way in the front, but like in between the two front seats, and just were rowdy. And on top of the obvious things with pets being in the car, leaving hair everywhere. Some dogs get car sick and they would puke in the car, and that happened twice. I had a dog pee in the car. They scratch the hell out of the interior of the car, and you can't say or do nothing about it. The law is 100% against everybody else. They do not care if you are allergic to it. They don't care. You suffer because the other person doesn't have to. I just think it was ridiculous. If they don't have to prove it to me, they should have to prove it to UberX or Lyft by uploading some type of paperwork to them, because they are 100% taking advantage of this rule. And every time you took somebody, you had to take your car into the car wash to get it cleaned, so you lost most of your money. And you don't know that they have a dog until you get there. And if you cancel it, you can get in trouble for canceling it because it's considered, what is it called? I don't know. I can't remember what it's called, but you're not allowed to say no, basically. If you drive up there and they are standing there with the dog, you have no choice but to let them in. That dog can be mean. That dog can be whatever that dog wants to be, and you can't do nothing about it. Everything backs them, not you. Real service dogs are amazing. They will come into the car and they will lay down, sometimes on the floor, sometimes on the seat. I don't care. When I have to pick up an animal, I would throw a blanket on the seat anyways. So but they would at least behave. Now, you can't do nothing about their hair getting on the seat. It's just going to happen. Whether you have a blanket there or not, that's going to happen. But I would say maybe 1 in 5 of the, I did probably 30, 35, 40 of these rides. And I would say that at least 1 in 5 of them were legit. That's it. 4 out of 5 were definitely not service dogs. And cleaning up dog puke is gross. And these people laughing at you because they know you can't do nothing about it. Okay, and of course the other reason is going to be customers. Oh, man. Dealt with some doozies. I'll tell you a couple of them. One guy was so incredibly drunk at 3 in the afternoon that he couldn't even stay upright in the car. I should have refused a ride. This one is going to be on me. I should have refused to take him. But I guess that's why Uber's around, right? But he was falling over when I would turn. Whatever way I would turn is where he was going. And he was so incredibly drunk. And when we got to his house, I had to help him out of the car. And I'm so glad he didn't throw up. Thank God that didn't happen. And I don't know how this guy functions like he functions. But he insisted he didn't need help getting it. He lived in an apartment complex. So I just let him go about his business. Okay, and I also had the only person I ever threw out of my car. I picked up a woman here in Florida. I picked her up in Orange Park, and I was taking her across the Buckman Bridge into Jacksonville. And as we got on the bridge, she lit up a cigarette. There's no smoking in my car. There's a sign right in front of everybody's face in the back seat saying no smoking. And I told her that. I said, hey, ma'am, there's a sign right in front of you that says no smoking. Can you please put that out? And her response was, well, I'm not going to put it out. And since we're on the bridge, you can't just drop me off here and leave me stranded. And I was like, oh, okay. So when we got off the bridge, this is how smart this woman was. When we got off the bridge, we still had probably another 10 miles to go before I got off of whatever exit it was. But I got off on the very first exit, which is San Jose Boulevard, pulled into Walmart, and threw her ass out. She wouldn't get out at first, but I threatened to call the cops. Actually had the phone in hand and had the dispatcher on the phone. And then finally she got out. She slammed my door. I think she even spit on my car as I was driving away, but I don't care. He spit on the outside of my car. And another story, and this one is probably was what done it for me. And so I pick up this guy. Once again, it's on Blanding Boulevard in Orange Park. So I pick him up and I'm taking him to some hotel. And we get not even a half a mile down the road and the cops are behind me. And I'm like, oh no, what did I do? So I pull over. They come out and they had me roll down both windows. They asked for both of our IDs. He was a drug dealer, and he had a little book bag with him that was loaded with drugs. And let me tell you, it took some convincing to get them not to want to arrest me. And I had to show them my phone and what I was doing, and they kept on saying, that's quite the coincidence. You sure you're not running for him or blah, 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 whatever. And I'm like, hell no, I ain't running for him. You can see right here that I'm an Uber driver and I am just driving him from that location to a room up here on right off of Youngerman Square, I think it's called. But anyways, I was there for, I don't know, a good half hour. And they eventually let me go. Somebody finally believed me and let me go. And that was that. I got done, thank God. And he got arrested. They had obviously been watching him for a while. And when they seen him climb into my car, they decided to give us a little scare. Give me a little scare. That's for damn sure. But, that's just some of the stories. There's others too. When you deal with people, they want you to do extra for them too. You'll pick up somebody and you get paid. If you have to pick up somebody and make a stop like at a gas station or a store, you get paid extra for that. And then they go inside, do their thing, get back in the car, then you finish and take them somewhere else. So many of them would try to, hey man, do you mind stopping at this gas station up here? But they only pay the one time. So, you know, I tell them no, and you'd get bad marks all the time for that. So it was just not for me. I know people do really well with it. I know people love it. There's people out there that have been doing this since day one and probably make big money. It just wasn't happening here. The money paid was terrible. Man, I drove so many miles, so many more miles doing that than I did on any food delivery. So it was time to let it go and move on to something else. And I got back on DoorDash, thank God. Plus now I have Instacart, which I'm still kind of getting acclimated to. But that's it. That's everything. I wanted to just, because I know I made a video about, you know, having my car rideshare ready and all of this and everything. But now I don't do that no more. So I wanted to let everyone know why I didn't do it. Have you done it, and have you had any bad experiences with it? Have you had any good experiences with it? What kind of money do you make in your area? Because Jacksonville is a very low-paying area for that. So, all right, everybody. I hope you have a great day. Stay dry out there, Florida, because it is dumping rain, and it's supposed to rain all day. So we'll talk to y'all later. Stay safe. Semper Fi.